Hey everybody, I'm Harlan Cohen, best-selling author of The Naked Roommate and 107 Other Issues You Might Run Into in College. And I'm also editor-in-chief of Before College TV. Definitely check that out. And I want to share today's headlines with you. So we start off at the Chronicle of Higher Education. This is the place where I like to start my day because the Chronicle is objective. They give you great news, great reporting. The big headline, we haven't begun to feel the real economic damage. And this is such an important story because it's unfolding in real time. And it's a real mixed bag when you dive into how has the pandemic been impacting schools and how have they been responding. The consensus is community colleges, they've been suffering the most when it comes to your highly selective schools and large institutions, four-year public institutions, the big ones. Some of them are actually finding that they're having increased enrollment, which is really, surprising to hear. The real challenges are those private schools that are kind of in the middle that are offering master's degrees and the regional state institutions. The regional state institutions are really struggling, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of assistance they get from the federal government. How's that going to impact them? But if you're someone who's a junior or a senior and you're looking at colleges and universities, it's really important to look at, well, of course, check out this report when it comes to the financial viability of the schools that you're interested in. Also, it will give you a good sense of just how schools have been responding and reacting when it comes to everything regarding COVID. Another story, this one is fascinating. A college, it's Brigham Young University in Idaho. It's the Idaho campus. They're reporting that some students have actually been intentionally infecting themselves with COVID-19. They've been intentionally infecting themselves because once they're infected, they can donate their plasma. Now, like the fear of sharing the story is someone's going to be like, "Oh, this is a great idea. I should get infected because I could share my plasma." But no, students are getting anywhere from $100 to $200 to share their infected plasma. So we'll keep an eye on this. They're highly discouraging students from doing this, clearly. USA Today did a quick profile as COVID-19 persists, colleges upend spring plans for in-person learning and graduation. So there have been schools that have been talking about changing what they're doing, the majority of them going mostly online. There are some schools that have reversed course and they're thinking of bringing students back to campus. But this is really important for anybody who is a junior or a senior or a parent of a child who's going to college. It looks like everything that's happened in the fall, it seems that it's going to continue to happen. What's interesting is we're approaching Thanksgiving, and there are a lot of schools that are stopping at Thanksgiving. The question is going to be, will they bring students back? What's going to happen after the holidays and after the first of the year? And we're starting to see that a lot of schools are saying, you know what, we're just going to be going entirely online. And that is going to impact students who are newly admitted because there's not going to be those same newly admitted days. Students are going to be on campus, especially those who are juniors and seniors in high school. So tonight, I am hosting a live event. It's called College During COVID. It's for parents and for students, seniors and juniors. And more than anything, I focus on wanting something. The biggest challenge that COVID has presented is it's forced students and really all of us to answer the question, what do I want? Because nothing is guaranteed and everything is kind of unpredictable, and we're used to getting disappointed. The number one challenge that I see students facing is they're too afraid to want something. It's something that I see a lot of us struggling to face. So yes, college is really important, but the way to navigate college during COVID is to be so clear about what you want. So the psychology, the emotions, why is it so hard to want? And why are so many seniors struggling? They struggle during a regular year. I mean, we all struggle, but wanting is frightening because we don't get to practice wanting. It's scary because when you want something, one of three things will happen. Well, you won't get it. And rejection is incredibly painful. When I talk about dating and relationships, I don't know if any of you are single. And if you're single, that's great. You have a world of options. There's so many people who will want you. And if you're in a dry spell, I'm telling you, you're amazing, you're interesting, you're dynamic, you're attractive, you're incredible. Anyone would be lucky to be in your world. But the problem is when you want love, when you want something that's deeply connected to a history of pain, we tend to avoid wanting. We tend to avoid being public about what we want. So we kind of keep it down low until someone wants us. And then all of a sudden we're excited. And that's what the whole college process is about. Mostly it's about being wanted so that you can live a life that's good enough. And I totally don't believe that at all, because it starts with what you want. What's crazy is when you want something and you get it, you have to keep it. And this is something, again, I find so many students struggle with. This is something we all struggle with, is once you have this position, once you're in this place of influence and power, once a book, I got this book, it does really well. Where is it? It does really well, but I got another book coming out, and gosh, I hope that, people will read it, but it's scary. Once you get something, it is so hard to keep it. And so many students struggle with imposter syndrome. They struggle in their relationships. We struggle in any area that's sensitive where we get something that we want. So you'll either not get something or you'll get it and have to keep it. The third thing that happens when we want something is, well, we're going to get it if it works out, and then we're going to lose it because everything's temporary. See how wanting is so hard, because you're either going to get it, you're either going to get it and try to keep it, but no matter how hard you work, you never get to keep everything because everything is so temporary. And this is where so many people struggle. So when you go full circle, it becomes so hard to want, even going through the exercise of what do I want for college? What do I want for life? What do I want for my relationships? Because we don't truly believe it's going to be okay. When we know it's going to be okay, when you're great at wanting and facing rejection and the possibility of not getting what you want, then you have the power to actually think, what do I want? And how can I align myself with the people and places to get it? So during this live event, during college, during COVID, this live event tonight, I'm going to really give you a great map, a great framework of how you can work through this process to get what you want and know that you're going to be okay. So tonight, I'm inviting you to College During COVID. It's a free event, and you might even win a $2,500 scholarship. I have a partner, College Ave Student Loans. They've been wonderful partners for many years, and they are a partner, and they give this money. It's pretty cool. So tonight, please check this out. You can sign up here. I've got the link here. I'm going to help you to focus on what you want, how to navigate college during COVID. I'm going to dig into some other headlines and news. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm excited to be in your corner. If any of you have any questions about any of the things that I've talked about, let me know. I'm going to follow up with this live, and I'm going to include the links to all the stories as well. All right. It's awesome to see you. I'm so grateful to be in your corner, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you tonight, October 15th. If you can't be there, just register and you will get access to the replay. All right. See you later tonight, everybody. Thanks.